Many of you may have heard of the supposed benefits of wearing barefoot or minimalist shoes like the Xero Shoes Prio. Some say it's the best thing ever for your feet. Others say it'll totally destroy your feet and your body. Which one's true? Let's find out. Hey, it's Mark, and we are back. And today we're going to talk a little bit about barefoot or minimalist shoes, specifically my experiences with the Xero Shoes Prio barefoot or minimalist shoe. In this video, I'm going to give you my impressions of the Xero Shoes Prio after wearing them for about 100 miles. I'm also going to talk about the benefits and maybe potential drawbacks of wearing barefoot or minimalist shoes. And I'll talk about how I am using the Xero Shoes Prio in my regular workout routine and daily life. But before we get into that, I think it's important to talk a little bit about what barefoot or minimalist shoes are and how they're different from traditional shoes. So back in about 2008, there was a book released by a guy named Douglas McDougall called Born to Run. And it was a story of an Indian tribe in the northern part of Mexico, I think Copper Canyon, Mexico, the Tarahumara tribe. And they were known for their incredible abilities to run very far distances, wearing essentially nothing except maybe some sandals on their feet with a little bit of tread. So that book and all the publicity that surrounded it inspired a whole movement of barefoot or minimalist shoes. And from that point on, there's been a lot more interest about barefoot shoes or minimalist shoes and what are the benefits. Some people have claimed that it's the best thing ever. Other people have said that it's the worst thing that we can do for our bodies. So it's important to realize that it's been a relatively recent thing. Built up or traditional shoes have been around for 40 or 50 years, and that's been kind of what everybody has thought are the right shoes for running or walking. So let's talk about what the differences are. First off, there is a difference between zero drop shoes and barefoot shoes or minimalist shoes. All barefoot shoes are zero drop, but not all zero drop shoes are minimalist or barefoot. Prime example here. I have with me a shoe, the Ultra Rivera. Now this is a shoe that I have been wearing for a year, and I've got a few hundred miles on a couple different versions, a couple different pairs of this shoe. It is a zero drop shoe. In other words, there's no drop from the heel to the toe. It's flat all the way across, but you can see there's a good amount of cushion. So this is a zero drop shoe. The heel is not lifted up from the toe like a traditional shoe. Like I have here the New Balance Beacons, which I do wear as well. But this has a drop of about 6 millimeters from the heel to the toe. In other words, the heel is about 6 millimeters higher than the toe. But the Ultra is a zero drop shoe, but it's very well cushioned. The minimalist shoe or barefoot shoe, like the Xero Shoes Prio, is zero drop. There is no drop, once again, between the heel and the toe, and there's no cushioning. It's just the sole and the shoe. So all you have is a slight thickness of the sole between you and the terrain below. So there's no cushioning. So this is a barefoot or minimalist shoe, where the Ultra is a zero drop shoe. Now, what are the supposed or promoted advantages of barefoot or minimalist shoes? Well, the number one thing that you will hear, I think, from a lot of people is that barefoot shoes build your foot strength. The theory being that if your feet are in a highly cushioned shoe or padded shoe, they don't have the ability to use all those muscles and tendons that are in our feet. They aren't being used, so your feet get weak. People have weak arches, arch problems, that type of thing. So one of the big benefits that people say minimalist or barefoot shoes have is the ability to strengthen your feet. Primarily because it's just your foot on the ground. It's not being supported or aided in any way by any type of cushioning. The other benefit is that it just improves the overall foot health by having the foot operate naturally on the ground. The toes have the ability to move and splay, in other words, move out the way they are designed to do. The toes, the toe box in a barefoot shoe, you can see is very, very roomy. Compare that to the front part of the toe box of the New Balance, and you see it's got that traditional, what most people would see, normal, slight pointiness. Now this compresses your toes, keeps your toes together, whereas a wider toe box allows your toes to kind of spread out more the way they were designed. So that's a big benefit that people say of using barefoot or minimalist shoes, that your toes have the ability to move the way they were designed. Because of that, your foot moves better, your feet get stronger, it improves your whole body, all the way up from the ground, all the way up through the kinetic chain, all the way through your knees and your hips and your shoulders and all the way up. That's the biggest benefit that people talk about. The downside of barefoot shoes that many people talk about is that you're going to destroy your feet because you're walking or running on a harder surface and you don't have any padding like you do in a traditional shoe between your foot and the ground. And as a result of that, it's going to damage your feet, it's going to ruin your joints, it's going to ruin your knees, it's going to just generally not be a good thing for your body. Whereas the barefoot minimalist shoe, there's no padding. So if your foot's directly hitting the ground, people say that that's going to hurt your foot and cause your arch to collapse and all those bad things. Pretty much the exact opposite of what the benefits seem to be. So what's the reality? I think with most things, it's somewhere in the middle. Let me tell you why I bought the Xero Shoes Prio. The primary reason I bought the Xero Shoes Prio was to help me recover and build my strength as I recovered from this crazy, like I said, hip adductor strain that I acquired about 5 or 6 months ago. I'm getting back into running now and getting back moving, but back in March and April when I was just getting going again, I knew that I'd be doing a lot of walking, not a lot of running, and I figured while I was at it, I might as well test out a minimalist or barefoot shoe to see if it helped my foot and my balance and everything associated with that. So I did buy the Xero Shoes Prio back in April of this year and really started wearing it for most of my walking starting about mid-April or so. So if I'd go out for a walk, that type of thing, I would wear the Xero Shoes Prio for those walks. And most of my walks are on asphalt or concrete sidewalks, but I'm walking, not running. I haven't run in them yet, other than a little bit here and there. So what have been my impressions of the Xero Shoes Prio since then? Well, a couple of things. The main thing that I've noticed, these shoes have about 103 miles on them as of the recording of this video, all walking, maybe a quarter mile running or jogging, as kind of going across intersections, that type of thing. But you can see they're still in really good shape. The tread, the sole on this, there's 102 miles, pretty much zero wear. Xero Shoes has a 5,000 mile warranty on their tread. They believe it's that durable. And it is a hard carbon, pretty solid carbon rubber, but the sole itself is only 5 millimeters or so thick, 5.5 millimeters. So that's a little on the thicker side for some barefoot shoes, but it still gives a lot of what's called ground feel and ground contact, which I noticed immediately as soon as I put these shoes on and started going for a walk. You can see, very flexible. I can fold them up into a ball. So the shoe moves. You put your foot in the shoe and the shoe moves to the ground and the terrain underneath it, allowing your foot to move and adjust. So that's the main reason I bought these shoes, was to walk and hopefully build strength in my foot and ankle and also improve my balance. So let's talk a little bit more about the shoe itself. Like I said, it is the Xero Shoes Prio. It is the, I guess, the do-it-all shoe in the Xero Shoes line. They have a couple of other shoes that are more running focused. They have a shoe that's called the Speed Force, which is their lightest and thinnest shoe. The sole on that is 4.5 millimeters, so a little bit thinner. They also have a shoe called the HFS, which is their base running shoe, which has a 5 millimeter sole. This has a 5.5 millimeter sole, and it's designed for kind of the do anything. So think of going to the gym, CrossFit, running, walking on a mix of light trails as well as road and grass. So that's kind of where it fits in the line. You can see the weight of the shoe is in a size, men's size 9. Yes, men's size 9 is 7.6 ounces. And this size for me is size 11.5 is my size. It was pretty much a normal fit. I got it a little larger. I might have been able to get away with a size 11, but the 11.5 gives me just a little bit more room ahead of the toe, which I like. But size 11.5 is 9 and 7/8 ounces, or 280 grams. Now that is with the supplied insole in the shoe. You can take this insole out and just be down to the base. And if you do that, you'll save yourself about 30 grams, about 5/8 of an ounce. So that's what I did. After the first walk, I took the insole out and pretty much just put my foot right in the shoe. And I just got that 5.5 millimeters between the bottom of my foot and the ground. Not any problem. Durability seems to be very, very good. You can see there's no scuffs or anything like that. They're still pretty clean. Like I said, I've worn it more on roads and sidewalks. So, and it's been in a couple of rainstorms, but I haven't gone through any mud or anything like that. So that's part of the reason. The heel cup area is slightly padded, not puffy. The tongue has a little bit of padding. Once again, not a puffy tongue, and it fits on the foot very easily. And a unique design feature of the Xero shoes, as you see these straps running down. These are designed after the Huarache sandals, where the straps kind of pull and secure. So by having them go through the front of the shoe here, both up top and on the bottom, by tightening the laces, you can pull the straps to secure the forefoot, or this red strap here will secure around the heel. So very good, comfortable fit, molds very easily to your foot, and is very comfortable to wear. So after 100 miles, essentially no wear on the outsole. The upper is still doing very, very good. No issues at all with that. Comfort level is great. I wear these shoes almost exclusively without socks. I just barefoot right in the shoe and off I go. If I do wear socks, I wear the Injinji toe socks, where you have a little pocket for each of your toes so your toes can move independently. And I think if you're wanting to get into the barefoot or minimalist type of shoe, I think those kind of socks make the most sense if you're going to be wearing socks. Kind of lets your toes do what they're designed to do. So overall impressions of the Xero Shoes Prio after 102 miles or so is I really, really like them. I've gotten everything out of them that I expected I would get out of them when I purchased them, which for me was building foot strength and balance. And I have found that over the last few months that I've been using this, my foot is definitely stronger. My toes have actually gotten a little wider, so they've gotten a little bit more back to their natural position, which is good. My balance has improved. I have been working on balance in addition to just wearing the Prio out and about, but my balance, I feel, has improved. My foot is definitely stronger. My ankle is definitely stronger, so I've gotten a good benefit there. All I've done is walk in the shoes. I have not done any running. I might try to do a little bit of running, but I'm going to start off on a soft surface, a grass, a turf, or a track, and get used to the motion. I just don't think personally that there's really, some people have very good success running in these shoes on concrete and streets. I just don't think that's going to be a fit for me, but that's okay, because I still am a believer in cushioned shoes for faster running. So the shoes like the Ultra It's a zero drop, which I do love. It also has a wide toe box, so that allows my toes to splay out, and a very comfortable shoe. But I do wear a cushioned shoe for running, especially if I'm running anything faster than a slight jog. I could see potentially running in the Xero Shoes Prio, but only for easier recovery runs. I couldn't see myself doing any kind of longer, quicker runs in this shoe yet. I will do a update video a few months down the road, since I'm getting back into running and getting back to running on a regular basis. The hip is getting better, so that's a good thing. And I will try to introduce a little bit more running in this to see how it is. So I will do an update to this review in a few months as we get into fall. That's about it. I would say if you're looking for a barefoot minimalist shoe, check out Xero Shoes. They're one of the largest manufacturers of barefoot shoes out there. They got their start in 2009 and started just by making sandals, and then moved into shoes a few years later, and are doing a really good job. I've got a link down in the description. It's an affiliate link, but it doesn't cost you anything. And if you like what you see in Xero Shoes, it helps out the channel a little bit. So I'll post a link down there as well. And the way to follow me, the best way to follow me in my activities is on Strava. That link is down there in the description as well, along with links to some other products that I use. So feel free to check them out. Once again, they are affiliate links, but no cost to you for using any of those links. So check that out. And if you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. And while you're at it, nudge that thumbs up. Give us a like. Help spread the word about what we're doing here at Life Maximus out to the rest of the YouTube world, and get more and more people in the community here. We'd really appreciate any help you could provide in doing that. And if you want to check out a video, I'm going to be doing a video on balance and foot strength coming up soon, so that'll be up here. If you're watching this before that video comes out, there'll be another helpful video talking about the benefits of living a long life. Will be up here. If there's any questions or comments, I'd love to hear if any of you are doing any of your training in barefoot or minimalist shoes, and what shoes they are. There's a lot out there. I'd be willing to try a couple more and do some reviews as well. So let us know down in the comments. And until next time, thanks very much. Hope you found this useful, and we will see you later. Until then, be well.